Leadership theories. Definition of leadership. Leadership is ability of an individual or a group of individuals to influence and guide followers or other members of organization. It's a position of guiding a group and ability to lead. It can exist in formal setting, example corporate or companies, or informal groups like a head of the family can be a leader. Leader of a group is someone with expertise, potential of managerial skills, and is appointed in high position of authority. Leadership is capacity of company's management to set and achieve challenging goals, takes appropriate actions at right time, and outperforms competition and inspire others to perform at highest level they can. Types of leaders. Democratic leaders build relationship by participation with motto of by the people, for the people, and of the people. Affiliative leaders creates emotional bonds and harmony. Pace-setting leaders expect excellence and self-direction. Coaching leaders develop people for the future. Authoritarian leaders make the rules and make the people followers to follow the directions by commanding or demanding. Example, dictatorship. Ideal leader is one who can change, who can convince other people to follow. A great leader inspires a confidence in other people and makes them to participate in activities of group. Example, SPL or union leader, etc. Theories of leadership. Basically, we have three theories. They are basic trait theory, behavioral theory, style and contingence theory. Other theories can be situational leadership theory, transformational leadership theory, transactional theories, and great man theory of leadership, which is proposed by Thomas Carlyle, where few people are born with heroic attributes. So, they are called as great men. The first theory is a trait theory. It focuses on innate and inborn qualities which makes the leaders. So, leaders are born but not made. These trait qualities can be personality factors, physical factors, intelligence factors, etc. Leaders differ from one another based on strength and intensity of basic trait dimensions. The basic three personality traits of leadership can be consistency, stability, and individual differences. It is proposed by Francis Galton. The trait leadership says that ideal leader is known by his or her trait. Example, Steve Jobs, who is the founder of Apple, is a fabulous leader with his charisma. He is set for mastery in passionately articulating his visions. Trait theory gives constructive information about leadership, and it can be applied in all organizations at all levels of employees. Managers can utilize the information from theory to evaluate their position in organizations. Gordon Allport developed trait theory, from which Galton proposed trait theory related to organizational behavior. Here, ambition and energy leads to desire to lead. Honesty and integrity leads to self-confidence. Intelligence leads to job-relevant knowledge. All these factors are interrelated. Example, taking Margaret Thatcher was PM of Great Britain, who is confident, iron-willed, well-determined, and decisive. So, the trait classical theory says leadership behavior is produced by certain traits of inheritance, and leadership is some of all these traits. Earlier theories focused on the leaders are born, but cumulative findings and recent research says that leaders are also made with few immense qualities of leadership, but none of the traits guarantee succeeding as leader. It is the combination of leading or guiding trait personalities. So, a born leader has a strong desire to achieve, desire to lead, honesty and integrity, self-confidence, analytical ability, contextual decision making, maturity and charisma, development and organizational skill set. But the drawbacks of trait theory are there is no universal traits which predict leadership in all situations. Traits predict behavior more in weak situations than the strong situations. Evidence is unclear in separating cause from the effect. Traits can't differentiate effective and ineffective learners. So, Between 1940 to 60, research works on leadership preferred behavioral styles of leadership rather than the trait theory. Behavioral theory by Likert in 1950. It focuses on how leaders behave and assumes that these traits can be copied by other leaders. It is also called as style theory. It suggests that the leaders are not born successful but can be created based on the learnable behavior. The types of behavioral leadership are directive leadership, supportive, participant, and achievement-oriented leadership. Ohio State Leadership Study says that there are two factors which decides the leadership. They are consideration behavior and initiating structure behavior. So, inability to strike gold in the right minds led to researchers to look at the behavior exhibited by the specific leaders. Initiating structure refers to the leader defines the structure of activities for the goal achievement, and high initiating structure qualities are assigning the right job to the right person, expects employees to maintain the definite job standards or performance or productivity. High consideration qualities are concerned for the followers: well-being, status and satisfaction, helps employees or personal or professional problems, friendly approach, or equality to all the people. Based on these two objectives only, Michigan studies came into existence in the same period. Michigan study came up with two-dimensional theory of leadership. They are employee-oriented and production-oriented. In employee-oriented leadership, employees are given preference along with the interpersonal relations, interests in the needs of employees, providing health and education, safety and security for their family too, and accepting the individual differences in employees too. Production-oriented leadership focuses on productivity or turnover of the organization. Technical aspects of job or task is given priority than employees. Concerned with the complete group tasks, group is given priority than individual. So, Michigan researchers found that many favored who are employee-oriented leaders who focus on well-being of each employee, and this led to higher group productivity and higher job satisfaction, whereas production-oriented leaders got low production and low job satisfaction. The third important theory is contingency theory. It is also called as situational theory given by Fedler. It is the best theory which focuses that leaders should act according to the situations and circumstances. Fedler classified relationship between the consideration and structure and evolved the contingency theory model of leadership. Fedler says that effectiveness of group is contingent upon the motivational system of leader and degree to which leader can control and influence the group in a particular situation. So, the ideal leader acts and takes decisions based on the situational demands in the organization. Leader's effectiveness is measured with leader-members relationship, task structure, and leader position power. If everything goes well, the situation is favorable, leadership is effective and powerful too. On the other hand, ineffective leadership if the unfavorable situations. So, the effectiveness of leader is contingent upon the relationship among the three variables. They are leader-member relations. It is by how the leader is accepted by the group, confidence, truth, and respect the members have for the leader, which makes the strong relationship. Task structure. Highly structured tasks in government sector and unstructured task structure in IT sector is commonly seen. In unstructured task setups, they'll be having more freedom, flexible working hours, and no rigid rules, etc. In increased structured task setting, leaders can't influence group as task dilutes the leader's potential. In unstructured setup, knowledgeable and expertise leader can influence the group. The leader position power. HR has power to hire or fire. Higher position allows to give promotions, increments, rewards, and punishment. Private or corporate sectors has a high position power while public sector have low position power. A Fiedler's model evaluates situation in terms of three contingency variables. Leader-member relations are good or poor. Task structure is high or low. Position power is strong or weak. Based on these, he proposed 8 possible combinations of these variables, stating from highly favorable situation to highly unfavorable situation. Middle of the two extremes is intermediate position. So, task-oriented leaders perform better in favorable situations. Advantages of this contingency theory is able to adjust and adapt to the external pressures and changes, potential to learn from specific situations and using these lessons to influence the future management of the same situation. But this model presents only the portion of variance in leadership effectiveness. Other leadership theories can be transactional leadership, focuses on supervision, organization and performance. It is integral part of full range leadership model. It is started in industrial revolution time as a source of competitive advantage. It is also called as managerial leadership. Example, executives rely on rewards or punishments to achieve optimal job performance from the subordinates. Transformational leadership. Leaders work with teams or followers beyond their immediate self-interests to identify the needed change, creating a vision to guide the change, and creates valuable and positive change in the followers with aim of transforming the followers as future leaders. So, transforming the followers as leaders is a basic aspect of transformational leadership theory. Charismatic leadership theory. It is proposed by Max Weber. Its focus on authority or power is derived from the charisma of the leader. It's in contrast to the authority theory of legal or traditional authorities. Personal attributes like dynamic personality, heroism, leadership qualities, extrovert nature, cooperativeness, concern, etc. all makes the person charismatic or attractive to the group. So, the power is legitimized on the basis of leaders' exceptional personal qualities, extraordinary insight, accomplishments, which inspire the loyalty and obedience from the followers. They build courage for conviction and stand up for the people and clears communication gaps between the organization and employees and motivate the people to increase the production. This is about charismatic leadership. Authoritarian leadership. Leader dictates policies and procedures and decides goals to be achieved, directs and controls all activities, so low autonomy is found within the group members. Servant leadership. Goal of leader is to serve the organization. It is different from traditional leadership where leaders' focus is on thriving of their company. So he will be serving the organization without expecting much gain or profit. That is called servant leadership. Coaching leadership. Experienced person called coaches or coach supports a learner to achieve the specific personal or professional goals by providing training and guidance. Here the learner can be called as coachee. Last but not least, bureaucracy leadership. They rule by desks and offices, specific form of organization by complexity, division of labor, professional management, hierarchical coordination and chain of control, legal authority, etc. So, these are the various leadership theories. Thank you.